commentary for the MMS German Grand Prix presented to you by Rakes, Kai and James.
Hallo und willkommen zu Hockenheimring here in Germany. Today, this fantastic circuit will play host to round 4 of an increasingly tense season. Can anyone break Mercedes' streak, or are they going to take their third race win in a row in dominant fashion or not? The circuit we're doing it at today incorporates 16 corners into 4.6 kilometers of fast and flowing tarmac. Notable passing spots will be turn 2 and turn 6 at the hairpin, but expect the corner underneath the Mercedes-Benz grandstand to have some passes too. And yes, today it is raining for the first time this season, and surely not the last. We have a wet race. Joining me in the commentary box today is, as per usual, Rakes, and today, for the first time this season, Kai Sereznia. Wet race today, lads. How do you think that's going to impact the overtaking and the courage of the drivers?
Probably still going to be the same as per usual. These drivers have some balls, as we've seen in the last few races. I think we are going to see the true winner here today because, as you maybe have seen, like Mercedes had like 2 major upgrades failing, so this is a great chance for Red Bull and McLaren to get some points back on them. So
they
yeah,
did have upgrades. They did have upgrades from the factory fail. Anyway, that's all said and done. Let's go down to the grid, which Kyle will be doing for today for the first time this season.
Yeah, I'm finally back. You better be grateful. Anyways, on pole position once again for the first time in a row, Marcus Littegrim. I don't know what this man is made out of, but it is probably pure speed, because to just get 3 pole positions in a row is just for the third time in a row. Yes, I cannot speak. Anyways, joining him on the first row is Kwang Sai-min on the McLaren once again. Just good qualifying from a Vietnamese driver. Then the rest of you have Aarons, Murray, Carrigal, Smith. You know, same top 6 as the last race, and there it gets kind of funky because we have De Jong, Kubusek, Valyak in P9. Stunning performance for that Venturia driver. Eastwood, Zage, Wiebe, De Jong and Material. Both of the Lotus is having horrible qualifying compared to the last outings from the team. Then we have Pereira, Eugen, Blanc, Flynn, Nisbet, Mondragon, Johnson, Agnes, Count Decan and Skinner who rounds off the grid. As a fun fact, I can tell you that only 18 drivers passed the 108% rule check. But anyways, let's go to the lights.
Skinner's last of a race.
Since it's raining, it should be allowed, so we're looking to 3 red lights today here in Hockenheim. They've all come on at once. All 3 red lights are on. And it is lights out, and away we go here in Hockenheim, and they try not to get too much wheel spin. It's a great start from Aarons, who's already overtaken Simon. The other McLaren of Murray's falling down the order as well, as all the bollards get knocked over at the first corner. It's Littegrim holding the lead. Aina Aarons has made a great start and is now trying to get himself up into the lead as he sits in behind the Red Bull through turn 2 now. Simon's down a place, as is Murray. Both Mercedes making rocket starts, just like last time at Catalonia. To now come onto the long straight, and the Ferraris have had good as well. Smith has dropped behind both Ferraris at the start and is under pressure from, I think it's the Venturia. No, it's the Toro Rosso. The Venturia, Mihail Vayak's falling down the order, as now here comes Simon trying to regain second place and maybe go one further and take the lead. He shoves Littegrim off the circuit. Littegrim comes back on, still ahead, but side by side he's got a better run through here. And Simon backs off through that corner a little bit now, coming into turn 8, the Mercedes-Benz grandstand corner, and Aarons is back up the inside of him. He now has the outside line for turn 9, and he's already passed before they even get to the corner. Aina Aarons is back up into second place, and Simon now has the other Mercedes to worry about. The 2 Ferraris are going at it as well, with the Red Bull of Smith through coming into the old part of the circuit, the narrower part of the circuit. You've got Smith on the outside of Kubasek at Saxkurva, and he backs out of that one, but gets a better exit as still backing out. Well, that's one of the Lotus is making a great start from Matthias Material, already up into the top 10 as Kubasek goes around the outside of Joseph Murray. So does Smith. Murray's had a terrible first lap. He's down to 8th. Might be 9th if the Toro Rosso Hannah can get us to that. But yeah, appalling start from Joseph Murray.
And Smith as well, for that matter. I mean,
there
he's
goes
only
up
down one
the
position.
inside. That's so opportunistic. That's a great run for the Lotus, though. Matthias Material, who's in the slipstream now, but he's managed to hold on to some grip somehow. But no, here comes the Lotus. Here comes the Lotus as the inside turns to the outside line here.
Oh,
and that's out of contact. And Eastwood goes onto the curb, and sparks fly from the other trains. They make contact. They have another person had a terrible start. Mihail Valyak is down. I think that's 13th place now. He's lost 4 places at the start. Sorry, 14th place, yeah. And here's his teammate, Andrew Mondragon, under pressure from... that was... the other Williams of Blanc, but he managed to go up the inside of Pereira. Forced Pereira goes wide. And that's a position gained for Andrew Mondragon. As
Using
teammate
Scope
just
for
up
Valyak.
ahead. Yeah, Valyak's going to sweep
But
around the outside
Mondragon.
though. Now Mondragon takes advantage of that and goes past. That's very good driving from
And gets his teammate.
So what a couple corners from Andrew Mondragon from 17th up to 14th. Fantastic
Anyways.
stuff, and his teammate in the other hand has swapped place with him. We've got a big battle here between the Force India and Viva, the two Toro Rossos and the Lotus of, I think that's Stefan de Jong. It is Stefan de Jong, as material has cleared. Both Toro Rossos, they're going side by side. Oh no!
Front wing.
That's de Jong losing his front wing. He's hit the back of one of the Toro Rossos through Saxco as they were going side by side.
Yellow flag.
And is he going to be able to get to the pits in time? No, he's staying out. They're not ready for him. So he's going to have to go a whole lap without a front wing on a circuit. A wet Hockenheim. It's not easy to pass.
Murray.
That's Murray off the circuit. That's Joseph Murray who's gone off. Oh, he's hit the back of the Mercedes at turn 15.
And just...
And oh dear.
That's a slight problem there.
Oh no, that is a problem. That's a problem with... Let's have a look at what happened to Stefan de Jong in the meantime.
Yeah. Hit to the back of...
So he's goes to the inside. He's missing the corner regardless of what happens there.
Maybe aquaplaned, you know, there's a lot of water.
Could be aquaplaning,
Zach's curve is banked, so maybe there was like a huge puddle that he just hit.
Zach's curve is banked about 5 or 6 degrees, yeah. He's actually trying to overtake Francesco Pryor here, which I wouldn't get...
Don't do that. Long ground outside, turns into inside.
Idea. Are we going to have another moment on the curve? Yes, we are. Blanc gets a bit sideways, but manages to get the position. Of course, he still have his front wing on, so that would help.
is trying to get past as well.
Meanwhile,
Aaron's has dropped back massively, and Material in the Lotus has trying at least to move his car up into 7th place. Aaron's gets a better exit. He'll tuck back into the slipstream here.
Yeah, I'm convinced this is the fuel modes.
He had a really bad turn 7, but yeah, how many pit stops are we expecting this race? A 36-lap race around a wet Hockenheim.
Probably
well, who's leading this race right now?
Leading the race right now is
Carrigal.
Either Carrigal. No, I think it's Carrigal. Yes.
Yeah, it
is.
is.
The two Ferraris have been side by side all race, and they're going side by side through Zach's curve. And now they've got to watch out though, because here's the Red Bull of Smith right behind them, and Aaron's as well, waiting to pounce.
Murray's
Murray's out basically.
Which means, of course, de Jong can't overtake his teammate through there because of the yellow flags.
The yellow flags is ignored in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now starting lap 4. Starting lap 4, that's a big cut from de Jong. That's an overtake almost from the Mercedes of Aaron's. Often Smith opportunistic at turn 1, unsuccessful in getting past.
Already pulling away.
Yes, they are. Material is dropping back, and then it's a long gap back to the Toro Rosso of Olivier stage. Toro Rosso just staying out of trouble this race so far, as they've been doing with all the other races at the start of them, just staying out of trouble.
Race, really.
Well, okay, yeah, maybe not last race. As Weber's dropped back massively. He was fighting for points last lap. He's down to 14th now, with the Williams of Kai Eugen and the Ventura of Mihail Valyak just behind.
Speaking of Weber, this man is really shining in this season.
He is a shining light. Yes, he had a very good start of the season. Here goes his teammate making contact with Eastwood and overshooting the corner and losing the place. And also wide was the Force India of Weber, but I think that one is actually better for him. He's going to have the preferable line now, and yes, he holds the place on YouTube. YouTube's had a great run though. Here comes the Japanese man on the inside. He barges into Weber, pushes him wide, and does get the place. That's where, of course, Evelyn Tugud snatched the win last season at this very corner.
And this obviously was where Carrigal made his debut in Mercedes last season.
And he got pole position.
Yeah.
Which is basically how to sum up how everything has gone for him at Mercedes so far, pretty damn flawlessly.
Weber might have an issue. Look how slow he's going.
He's going really slowly. He's being caught, by the Super Aguris, by the Aston Martin. Aston Martin actually had an upgrade. They had an engine upgrade failure for this race, as Flynn has lost out big time there by running off the circuit and has dropped behind not just his teammate now, but Devon Johnson too.
Now, I wonder, if someone runs wide in the track strip, and as Flynn tries to go down the inside, if someone runs wide in the track strip and goes into Murray, what happened then?
I have no idea.
We might have two cars stuck, or one gets unstuck, and it's like a...
Or both get unstuck.
I just really hope it can sort itself out. But yeah, that's pretty much a DNF for Joseph Murray, because he's not going to be moving anytime soon.
Yeah.
And even if he is, he's a few laps down already. So
Joseph
Murray is out of this race, not classified. As that's very late on the brakes from both Eastwood and Valyak. I was surprised they both made the corner there. Ferrari and Mondragon side by side. Mondragon and Pryor, they've both been on a steady rise up the grid, and the Force India goes up the inside at turn 7, takes 11th place, and now has one car in between him and scoring points. back
Carrigal
towards the
now
front.
second, but
Carrigal has
just
lost the
behind
place to
Littlegram.
Littlegram. We have both Red Bulls now in the podium places.
Kubicek is fourth, doing again Ferrari wonders.
Ferrari's actually been looking pretty strong in the last couple of races. They were a bit slow. They were a bit slow in round one, but since then they've been pretty much just picking themselves up. And now,
ever since Take Zanada took over Ferrari, it's been going better for them.
And look how far Diamond De Jong has dropped from this pack. He was right with his
he
teammate.
has, yeah, and then it's even bigger gap behind them. And who's in 20? Oh yeah, Stefan De Jong in 23rd place, of course, having lost his front wing.
Yeah.
And look at Kai Simon in a nice slipstream here down the curve straight. This is all one big corner, turn 5. Now heading towards the hairpin of turn 6. And he
Down
goes for the
inside,
inside. This is of course where there was a massive pile-up last season on lap 1, and Simon forces Kubicek off the circuit. Aarons might make this 3 wide here.
He's
getting
too far.
opportunistic. I don't know what he's doing.
He might go down the inside of one, or if not two of them, yeah.
No, he can't go up to both of them. We've got the inside of the McLaren, and Kai Simon goes from trying to gain a position. I think he's going to lose a position here.
You say that.
He's going to swing around the outside, and he takes 5th place. Not the best race so far from either Mercedes. I would expect at least one of them to be in the lead of the race by now, because their race pace is astonishing. And as you said, double upgrade failure for this race.
As he now goes down inside.
Kubicek braking really early there and leaving the door open, and there he goes up into 4th as Aarons and place for the McLaren.
Yeah, I mean, think with Mercedes, yeah, they had a double upgrade failure, and now they're just basically playing catch up.
Andrew Mondragon has dropped down.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a front wing off of Taken Skinner, and this is.
You were saying something about the pile-up in the hairpin.
Here we go, boom, into the back of Carter Kane. Carter Kane gets a bit of a push there, actually, and actually gains a place. Oh, and then hits the side pile of Josh Flint's Aston. So I don't know if
and then hits Flint's side pod.
I don't know if Taken Skinner has anything against the colour blue and orange, but you wouldn't be surprised again if he did have a problem with it. The two Astons at least are now with each other on track. But yeah, Aston next season looking very promising. They have a good chassis, good engine. They just if they could get a some good development this season, I'm sure they'll be closer to the front next season.
But what engine are they getting again? I forgot.
They are getting the Mercedes engine.
Oh, the OP1.
They'll have the Sauber chassis, which is a pretty good, almost pretty good combination, I'd say, compared to nowadays Virgin HRT and Ferrari engines. So looking at Aarons and Simon is very good there.
Third, so
I'm surprised Aarons wasn't able to switch back on the McLaren. Yes, both Red Bulls are now running 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure Instagram is going to be in front of his teammate, but looking on the mini-map, they are neck and neck. Practically, yes, Instagram is in this race. Smith is in second. Smith has really been put in his place this season by his teammates so far. I mean, they both had a terrible race last time. Smith. Oh, he's going for the sax score, but that was opportunistic. Instagram just not panicking there, just taking a normal line, and Smith did back out of it like a sensible. The guy with his Murray is still stuck there.
Murray, his engine is either going to blow up or he's going to fix himself. You know, it's either one or the other.
I hope it's the latter, so we do have another car in this race. But at the same time,
he's like 6 laps down now.
He is in the way right now. Coming into turn 2 now, breaking around the 100-meter board. Now turn 3 and 4. Turn 3 is a middle kink, and then this is turn 4. They've gone through and now into turn 5. And both Simon carrying the McLaren train so far. McLaren haven't had the greatest of seasons either. It's really just all been Mercedes dominance. Oh, that's a front run off of the Toro Rosso Eastwood, and I fear this has been with Eastwood's teammate.
No.
Oh dear. No, this will be long before. This is probably turn. I'm gonna say. It's turn 2. No. On the back of Francesco Pereira, going for the inside. Boom, too late. That was not on there.
That was just silly.
And Hunter Eastwood trundles back to the pit lane. That's going to be last position now.
When are we expecting pit stop?
I'd say lap 20.
Murray's still going at it.
I'd say lap 20 plus.
Carragher is catching back up to Smith.
He is, yes.
Catching rapidly.
He is. Sorry, excuse me. He has caught up to them quite a bit. Simon is not too far behind either. And looking at the Ferrari of Taman de Jong. Yeah, Kubicek is actually falling into the clutches of the Toro Rosso now, of Olivier's H. And he goes very slowly through turn 7, so no threat of an overtake at turn 8 as the pass underneath the massive Mercedes-Benz grandstand into turn 9.
Home race for Mercedes as well, but they're not doing too well right now.
Yep.
Not doing the greatest, no. So home race are quite. That's opportunistic. That's very opportunistic into turn 11. We don't obviously see an overtake there because the track is so narrow on exit.
And into such curve.
Jakob Kubasek leaves the door open again as Zach's over, and through goes Toro Rosso.
He's driving too cautiously in here.
He is, yeah. As a
Oh
move
my
from
goodness.
Mondragon and Pereira he's trying to rediscover his passing form. And there he goes, Zach's over again. He's sent it.
No.
The Pereira much more aggressive though and holds it round the outside. That's good defensive driving from the Force India. Oh, that's Josh
And
Flynn losing his
Flynn
front wheel in
without
the
a
Aston
front wing.
Martin. And I feel this has been for a while because he's really far behind everybody else. Oh, he's had a spin. Oh dear, oh, he's hit the curb. So, he's already got undertray damage by the looks because he's sparking before he gets there and then he flips, has no grip, and
Spins.
into the wall he goes. He's lucky not to collect Stefan de Jong, and that's a long way back to the pit lane for the Scottish driver.
Meanwhile, Carrigal
Bet.
has passed Smith.
Cargill's taken second place.
Yeah, now going for the lead. Obviously, he's the championship leader right now.
Good, the helicopter camera. I absolutely love this camera angle. They're pretty. They are equal in a straight line. They're both running the Mercedes engine, of course.
Yeah.
The Mercedes struck up a deal very soon into last season, which secured their partnership for this current season that we're in. It seems to be paying off because they are currently running first, second, and third on Mercedes-powered cars. Then it's Kai Simon's McLaren Renault, I believe.
Yeah, McLaren Renault.
And then the other Mercedes of Einar Ahrens. So 4 of the top 5 powered by Mercedes engines, and I would say that's quite a monopoly that they have right now,
Yeah, I mean,
as we're about
next
to start
season,
lap 10.
We will have Aston Martin, Venturi, and Mercedes using the engines. So
Yep.
again, Mercedes are a bigger monopoly. He has a look at the run.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Carragher's had a fantastic run. This is for the lead. Marco Carragher's he hasn't let this race.
Has to be careful.
at all. Here he
On
goes.
the brakes.
Yeah, he's through. Littlegram wasn't quite able to hold it. And now Smith actually is right underneath the rear wing of his teammate now. And if anything, it's going to be him overtaking Littlegram and not Littlegram overtaking Carragher. So Carragher takes the lead at Mercedes' home race. What's
Obviously,
going to
we
happen
all
between
know
the
lap
Red
10.
Bulls? He's going for it. Here, Smith up the inside of the hairpin. Turn 2. Not turn 2,
Littlegram
turn
wide.
6.
Very wide.
Littlegram goes very
comes back.
wide. Smith is on the.
still ahead of Smith.
Smith is not on the preferable line. Is he going to let his teammate go? Yes. He's going to lunge him at turn 8. No, Littlegram's going
Round
defensive
outside.
actually. He gets a better run, but
And Ahrens.
And the other Mercedes is getting aggressive too. Here's Einar Ahrens trying to overtake the McLaren of Kai Simon. He's not
Fuel
quite
cell
ahead as they go
modes
through.
have
He's
been
going around the
scrapped. Round
outside.
outside. What a
Around the
move.
outside of turn 9. That's a fantastic overtake from the Estonian, and he's up in 4th place.
Smith
Oof.
decides the
A
better.
very good lap for Mercedes as the 2 Red Bulls still. Littlegram is going really slowly here for Smith's liking at least. He's going for it. Goes for it at turn 15 and again doesn't quite materialise there.
Good teammate battle, though, I have to say. They're keeping it clean so far.
They are keeping it very clean, but what that means, regardless if it's clean or not, is that the cars behind are going to catch up.
Carrigal is just, thank you very much.
Got
He's just gonna go away.
fantastic drive out of turn 1. Here we go into turn 2.
Littlegram is struggling a lot through the exit of turn 1.
He must be, well, exit of many corners probably. As we're looking now, again, this is a carbon copy of last time, except Marco Carragher is further up the road now. This is his opportunity to take off.
Simon and Ahrens in the
Smith
back
has
as
already
well.
pulled out of the slipstream before they even round the turn 5. Into turn 6 we go, up the inside. Is it going to work out this time?
No.
No, it's not.
It's even worse this time than last time. And oh, that's Simon overtaking the Mercedes of Ahrens. And I think if he can pull clear before they get to turn 7, he'll get that one pulled off.
Nah.
No, Ahrens sweeps round. So there seems to be no grip on the inside or something because no one is overtaking on the inside of turn 7, which you would think would be the preferable line, but it's not.
And we have back markers.
Oh, Stefan Young, it's the back of Valyak. He's got to be careful.
Wait, look at this, TJ Nisbet. For Super
14th.
using 14th. The wet weather is really helping the Scotsman in here, or maybe the whole back markers here, really.
There might be. Here comes Valyak on Pereira. This is for 16th place. Valyak
De
started
Jong
hits the back of Pereira.
De Jong has hit the back of the
De
Force
Jong
India.
might
Lucky
have some issues with the brakes in here because. It's
well,
the
he is in
second
the
time
dirty.
he's
He
gone.
is in dirty air. Remember that.
And the
Murray.
guy-
Oh.
There's Smith. There's Smith up the inside, and this
Finally
time he
does it.
makes it stick. That's a
And they
turn
have
2.
a lap back marker just in front
And
of
after
the
2
as
laps
well.
of staring at nothing but his teammate's rear wing, he's got past, and now Marco Carragher's going a bit slowly. Is Smith going to sense an opportunity to turn 6? Yes, he is. He's going for it. He's later on the brakes as he draws up alongside of the apex.
And he actually makes
and he's
it
got
with
it
the Littlegram.
done. He's going to go, Littlescroft's going to try to do the same thing. He's on the inside, though, which is not the line you want to be on. They're side by side,
Oh, this is
and Carrigal
gonna-
sweeps
Oh,
around
look
the
at the run
outside.
Carrigal got, though. On
Smith
the
going
outside,
defensive.
he
He's
tries
going
it.
defensive at turn 8. He's not letting Carrigal have that side line, and Smith has taken the lead of the race. He leads a Grand Prix for the first time since Bahrain.
Yes.
Obviously, we are only 1/3 of this race is gone. Like, we still have 2/3 to go.
We do, yes, and
True.
I wonder how long it will take Simon and Aarons to catch up, and maybe even the Ferraris, if that's
I mean-
even possible. I don't think it is because they're just a bit too
I would
slow.
say the traffic that they are going to catch up sooner rather than later is going to have a play in that.
Here's Francesco Pereira, outside line turn 5, inside line for turn 6, and Valyak just sits in behind, thinks better of going for the lunge there. As Johnson in the HRT overtaking Nisbet Super Aguri, who you were just
Nisbet
praising,
dropped to
Ceresnia.
19.
You've cursed him. He's going to lose 4, maybe 5
Oh,
places now.
Losing it there.
And look at the counter KN now.
But again,
Sends
On
does
the inside,
Mercedes
and
Benz
there you go.
Arena.
That's now P19 for the Aston Martin. Sole Aston Martin lost his front wing. You can see the front runners actually in the background. That Littlegram is trying to overtake
Oh
Carrigal.
no, Flynn has a smoking engine.
Oh, Josh Finn's engine is smoking. Or is that just the spray? I don't know. I think
No,
it's
that's-
smoking.
No, yeah, it's
Or is it
smoke.
materials?
No, I
There's a
don't know.
problem on one of their engines, certainly. It's
yeah,
it's
there's a problem
Flynn's-
there.
It's Flynn's engine.
Yeah, it's
He's
Flynn's
already
engine,
having
oh
a bad
dear.
race. He was already having a bad race, and that's the first time a Ferrari engine has blown up this season, I think.
Oh dear, look at
Oh,
Carrigal.
Carrigal's gone over. He's going over. He spun. He spun into the tarmac runoff. He somehow not hit the barriers. But he's lost
And-
2 places there. Somehow he didn't collect the
And Littlegram
McLaren.
takes the lead.
Littlegram's taking the lead. That was drama right there. Carrigal hitting into the McLaren after going for a roll.
And
Somehow
somehow doesn't get
gathering it
damaged.
up. Yeah, that's remarkable. He's still in this race. He's still in the top 5. Let's see a replay of that. So he's lost the place to Littlegram, so he's already on a bad line.
Hits the
He hits the curb, hits the McLaren.
And
He's
only
unlucky he doesn't end up in
just
the
keeps it
gravel.
away from
He's
the
also
barriers.
lucky he doesn't end up in the gravel, though. He could have got beached. And yet, there's the contact with Simon. Actually, didn't do too much.
Point grab.
Yeah, didn't do too much to affect him there, which is fortunate. Because if
And
it
then-
did, we could have seen a nastier accident. Carrigal's still going though, in 5th
And still
place.
5th.
I'm sure he'll catch up to them in no time. Flynn is still going, by the way.
Flynn is still smoking. That might be dangerous, really, because imagine if the
He's
engine just
he's dropping
explodes.
he's dropping oil all over the circuit.
Yeah, and it's also rainy, so yeah.
That oil's going to get washed up all over the tarmac, so it's going to be quite risky.
Look at the
As
Young on the
Pereira going
outside.
defensive, you just can't overtake around the outside because then the inside line for the corner.
You
isn't-
say that.
No, you just
actually,
can't do it. The inside line, you just can't do it at that corner for some reason. So Pereira putting his car in all the right places to keep 14th place for
Look
the
at
time being. As there's a
Johnson
move
there.
from Johnson on Valyak, of course. He has bad memories of going up the inside of cars at fast corners.
He's actually going to make it on the outside. And
Oh,
again as
there
well.
goes Carter
Okay.
Kenya too. Sweeps to the inside of Valyak, who is now last. Oh no,
Oh,
Eastwood.
Nisbet just
Eastwood
dropped
lost the front wing.
21st.
Nisbet actually, despite losing his
Oh.
front wing, is behind. As Skinner's getting in the way of Aarons here. He's trying to go around the outside and forget what I said on the last lap. Aarons has got past.
Flynn
Flynn
is
is
still
still
going.
smoking. He's still
Oh.
going as a team. Oh, there you go.
There
There-
you go.
no,
Actually,
he's-
no.
What is
What's
it?
this?
Wait,
Oh.
what is he doing? He's pulled off now on the inside.
And fire.
And honestly,
I mean,
the
it's-
outside
it's
line of that
actually
corner would have been
smarter,
better.
really. No,
No, I
it's
think
smarter
that-
really, because what if a car like aquaplanes of the circuit, right?
Yeah, but you could still spin on the getting on the power or something.
Simon
Either way,
is in the lead of this race.
Simon's taking the lead. Yes, we've been too busy talking about where to pull off. On the
Where
circuit
did
when you want
where
to
did he
mention.
come from? He was Aaron's in like 4th and 5th, miles
Well,
behind.
it's not the first time he's led a race this season.
Yeah, and Aaron's is at the back as well of this
Yeah,
train.
Aaron's has got up, so this is absolutely going on, you know. It's absolutely
Where's
going on.
Carrigal in all this? Carrigal is
P5,
fifth.
well-
He's in P5 where on circuit? He's going through turn 2 now, I think.
He hasn't
Yeah.
lapped Skinner, I think.
Here we go. Smith is trying to overtake Simon. He's been successful at this corner
Aaron's
before.
on Litterum.
That was not as convincing.
And Aaron's makes a move on
ahead for the time being. Aaron's has got past Instagram comfortably.
And
Smith has got past.
Simon.
He does pass him. Simon running a bit too wide, not getting on the power end. Is Smith going to go defensive into this corner? No, he's
No,
trying.
he got
Oh, he's
stopped.
run wide. He's locked up and he's
Should
gone
have
wide.
gone defensive there.
And no, he just missed his braking. Simon was going to stay on the outside, and Smith just ran on. He made a mistake, and through goes the McLaren.
And just
that
like
will
that,
not do. That will not do his front left tire any good whatsoever.
What's got number
Although
2?
Smith is already right back at the back of.
He's
that
clearly
Aaron.
got he's clearly got a lot of pace.
Yeah.
He's very clearly got a lot of pace as we come on to start lap 16 off 36. 20 laps to go still in this
Lindgren
race.
is dropping back.
Oh,
Oh.
he's going for the turn 1. He's somehow managed to stay up alongside, and now coming into turn 2,
If Smith could keep it down
he's way
inside.
later on the brakes, and there he goes. He's passed it before he even gets to the traction point.
And look at
Red Bull
Aaron's.
takes the lead and pulls the gap. Aaron's is now right behind Simon as I need to take a sip of water because I'm losing my voice.
That's what you get for being
Yeah.
a commentator. And look at
Yeah.
how Aaron's gets all
Aaron's-
day.
That Mercedes engine on that Renault engine in the slipstream. He's going for it at the turn 6 hairpin, and that is
And
job done.
through. You can
Job done
overtake
with a
down
second
inside.
place. Yes, you can. And that's 2 laps in a row he's overtaken someone through that corner convincingly.
Yeah,
seems to
and
be very
same
good
with
at that.
Smith as well, like he did the last lap and now
No,
obviously
but
he's
by
in the lead.
convincingly, I mean not even side by side on X. Clear of them before they start accelerating.
Yeah, and now
Aaron's
everyone's going for
is-
Smith.
Aaron's is already at the back of Smith.
That Mercedes is going
Oh.
quickly. He's going for the turn 11. That's so opportunistic. And Smith shuts the door on
He
him
should- he
correctly,
could go in the
he
stage
could go for
curve.
it. Saxkova. Here we go. Up the inside. Smith holding the
No.
outside.
Yes,
outside still.
Smith.
On exit through turn 13 now. He's still hanging in there. He has the inside for turn 15, but
He's
Aaron's
the
switching on the
outside
outside.
Gets it done.
Aaron's takes the lead around the outside of turn 15 and 16, not running off the circuit, and that's the first time that the Mercedes have been around led this race.
Wait.
Oh, that's Hannah Reisman losing the front. That's the rear wing.
That's
Rear
the
wing.
Oh dear.
That's the
What's
rear wing
happened there?
off, and what's happened here? This is with Dinesh Karthikeyan. This is 4 position. And what's happened here? Is it this curb? Yes, it's the
Yeah,
curb.
curb.
And just rolling. Uncontrollably
Rolling,
into the
rolling.
barrier. That's violent. That's a lot of rolls.
That's an, yeah.
Eastwood is still go. Oh, no, no,
Oh,
no.
well,
no.
you said that, she fell.
Well, that's Hannah Eastwood out of this race terminally. Now, as here come the leaders. Perfect timing.
Get out, just got out of the way.
That's, I'm surprised that onboard camera didn't fall off the car. And then, yeah, just reckless on the power.
Yeah, just been a bit of a female nonce,
Just
really.
our factory eye stuff, really.
Yeah.
But anyway, here come the leaders through, just about to pass you on the shot. There they are.
Carrigal has caught up.
Carrigal is up into 4th place. He's overtaken Littergram, who's disappeared into nothingness.
Aaron's
now,
and
here
Smith.
comes
Smith
at
down
turn 6.
inside.
Is he going to overtake the Mercedes? He's later on the brakes. It's not as convincing as the Mercedes is overtakes.
Yeah, Smith.
No, Aaron's is ahead. Aaron's is going to hold that
Yeah.
position through turn 7. If Smith is smart, he'll chuck him behind.
And Carrigal, after all, what happened to
That's a good
him?
one.
He's catching
Get
up.
into the
He's gotta go around, he's
Mercedes,
going
and
for
there
it.
he goes.
Going it for it at turn 8.
Aaron's
And we've
holds
seen
it round the
The
outside.
success ratio
No.
here is nothing short of 100%, and he's kept that trend up. He takes the lead at turn 9. And Aaron's
Look at
pace
that
seems to
one
have dropped like a stone again. What about pit stops? This is getting close to the window as up the inside of Saxkova. Goes Simon. Aaron's holds it around the
Carrigal.
outside, but Simon gets a great run and overtakes the Mercedes. That Merc of Aaron's is going
Oh,
very
no.
Oh no! The two Mercedes have
Teammates.
come together. And Carrigal's lost his front wing. He's still trying to overtake his teammate. That's the first time the Mercedes have properly come together this
Now,
season, and it's had
yes.
catastrophic effects.
The
And
pit
Marco
window
Carrigal,
opened-
championship leader,
The pit
has
window
lost his
opens
front wing.
after lap 20, as in lap 21, lap 22, somewhere around that.
Oh, it's
This-
too opportunistic.
This contact might benefit Carrigal in some
It
restricted way.
very well could, yes, but he's going to have to go a lap without a front wing now. And where's he going to join the circuit? Is he
Yeah,
going to be in
that's
traffic? I don't know, but remember, of course, it's a wet race, so having less downforce is more punishing than if it was a normal race because there's even
Just
less
back
grip
up into the pace.
to start with. Yeah, Kubicek is back up past his teammate. Viva's still running in 10th place. Got a big battle here, but
HRT
this is for
seems to be a bit pacey here.
14th. Yeah, HRT seems to have the benefit of a bit more pace as Valiant goes up the inside of Pereira, gets past Pereira's pace dropping like a stone. And there's the other HRT. Look at how opportunistic that is from Devon Johnson. He might actually overtake his teammate through that. No, Agnes is
outside.
back in front.
Yep, he
Oh,
does.
that's
so.
right.
No,
Oh,
he's starting. He's through. Woo-hoo!
Nice.
That's a fantastic overtake.
Devon Johnson known on
This
his
fits.
aggression really shows.
Oh,
Oh,
everybody,
Johnson.
this is a car park. This is a real car park at Saxco over here. This is the battle of the back markers.
Pereira
Pereira's
defends.
gone
Pereira
through.
goes for the move.
Pereira
Agnes has got
absolutely
past.
sends
How
it.
has nobody lost their front wing? There's the Aston Martin getting involved as well. Off the circuit goes Tevin Johnson, and Karthikeyan slips off the inside and takes 18th place. You're on board with the Golf Aston Martin car. And he's going for it at turn 1 as well. Oh! Almost rolling at that curb.
Looking at the mini-map, Carrigal didn't even lose that much time this lap.
Yeah. He's not even, he's not too far behind, although we are getting into, I don't know where he is on track. I mean, the thing about Hockenheim is there's 6 braking zones at Hockenheim.
Oh, Blanc.
That's convincing.
Blanc.
That's fantastic from Jean-Luc Blanc.
You say that, De Jong's coming back.
I think he's got the place on. Carrigal pits for a new front
Now this
wing.
is interesting. If you could get in a clean air and not in backmarker battle, this could be good
we'll
for
see.
him.
He's going to come out in clean air, would you know? Look at that. 12th, 11th. You have 11th place coming through now. 12th place is at Zaxkorver.
He has to get out now, which he is. He's in a
Carrigal's
beautiful
Carrigal.
spot right now.
That's beautiful, exactly. Absolutely no one anywhere near in front or behind. That's brilliant
This could
for him.
be, Bahrain, tactical front wing class.
It's not opportunistic, but okay. He lost it on lap 18, he lost it.
Yeah, and if the pit stops are opening at around lap 20, 21.
Surely he can go to the end. Unless the pits window opens now, Carrigal is in a very good position, inadvertently. He's in a very good position here.
Also, he's in a very good car, so it's just...
Yeah, he's in
That
the good
too.
car as well.
Meanwhile-
We're catching up to back markers here. I mean, how many times have they lapped to Catalonia? 2, 3 times lapped to Catalonia back markers were?
Some, I
like
think,
two.
were lapped 3 times, but most of them were lapped 2
Okay,
times.
well, it's better here. It's much better here, despite the fact this is going to demand more downforce than usual. Everything is better for the back markers. It's going to take them 20 laps.
Magnus.
Oh, attacking us off the circuit. Well spotted. That is the HRT, which has been having a pretty good race so far. Oh, and he's done. Oh, he's gone over the wall.
Well, he's gone to an adventure.
And off. Oh my god, that's another voice crack. Off factory, how does the rest? It's on that curb at turn 2 again.
That curb.
I mean, he manages to keep it, though.
Yeah, he does. I mean, yeah. Holds on to it.
For
Lost a lot
time
of
being,
power,
nearly rejoined into
And
the
then
leaders.
just accelerates into the wall.
He will rejoin on, like, the hairpin. Never mind, Jesus
Oh no!
Christ.
Oh no, that's violent. That is a violent crash, and that was so close to ending up on the circuit.
Yeah, that was not it.
That's very fortunate that didn't happen. As now here comes Kubasek up the inside of Material at the hairpin, and I think
And the other Ferrari as well,
Material
maybe.
gets a punch.
No,
from
Material.
No, Kubasek's passed.
Material
and De Jong
might
giving
come back.
Material the punt.
Never
Why do
mind.
we have to have 2 De Jongs in the grid? Can I say something? Whichever De Jong finishes behind the other in this race gets the name De Dong
Yes, I agree.
for the remainder of the season, just to help
Where's
that we
Carrigal
don't
in
confuse. Carrigal's in 10th, not too far behind.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's
my
Mondragon.
God,
His engine is blown.
I don't think that was an engine.
I don't think that's engine.
Might not be.
Nah,
Oh,
that's
hang on.
brakes. That's brakes going off.
Is that the brakes or the suspension?
He should have tried at least hit Murray, so he could get free,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either
That's
brakes
either
or
a brake
suspension.
or a suspension failure, not engine related. That was my mistake. As Simon has now caught up to TJ Nisbet trying to overtake. That's going to compromise the Vietnamese driver in that McLaren. It's going to allow the Red Bulls to just catch up. Oh, into the back of the Super Aguri. That's too risky.
Somehow doesn't get damage.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, miraculously, really.
McLaren's actually can build the cars normally without, sliders of contact taking the front wing away.
Yep. Anyway,
This is an idea. A lot of cars will die this race. I mean, that's what
we're just over half distance in this race, and we're looking now at been the race leader currently. This is the longest he's ever led a race in MMS. Longest ever McLaren has ever led a race this season.
Yep. It's usually been Mercedes stealing the show, but today they're having
Mercedes
Rottenbach.
and Red Bull as well.
Red Bull as well, yeah.
Red Bull
Those
was really
two.
Bahrain's to lose, and they did lose it
Lose
in
it.
some fashion.
Oh,
Anyway.
that would have been a bit too reckless from
Let's have a bit of a chill moment now. Let's have a bit of a chill moment now as Simon negotiates.
Oh, low fuel.
That's the low fuel indicator for the
Yellow
first time
flag
on
for
that car.
Murray.
No,
He's still not giving up.
My God, Johnson is having none of this.
But what happened to Johnson? Johnson just stole it.
This is turning into a car park. That's a corner car. That's
my
onto the
days.
gravel from the Red Bull. How has Marcus Littlegram not spun off? That's remarkable car control. He's held on to second place, and he's held on to his car. Johnson, what are you doing? Son? He goes so slowly.
He just stopped
Did
the
he-
car.
Has he missed his gear or something? And then look what that causes.
Littlecrim round outside on the
Just
grass
gets
near.
confused.
he just misses? Did he just? Is there a button on that car which just selects first gear? I don't know what, but
I think that was the fast mode not working.
He just slowed to a standstill there. That's very dangerous driving. That might warrant a penalty.
HRT, they don't have a fuel saving mode. When you press that button, the whole engine just shuts off.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what it has allowed. Kaisai Mid now has a much bigger lead than he did a lap ago.
We have a message on the radio from Johnson. He accidentally pressed the pit limiter going through the corner.
Oh, he's made contact with Inner Irons, and somehow the Mercedes gets out of there unscathed. I don't know what even happened there. Irons went airborne, and now he's going to overtake the HRT for good.
Johnson is trying to come back for some reason.
Oh, he's been very...
Get out of the way,
He's been a bit too feisty. He's doing a Jean-Luc Blanc without too much contact.
Bloody hell.
You say that, but they literally faced through each other.
I don't know what happened in that incident, yeah. We're currently on lap 22 of 36, approaching two-thirds distance in this pretty eventful Hockenheim
is coming in.
Race. De Jong is coming to the pits. Pit
Sorry.
window's open. It's already open. Jean-Luc Blanc. Oh, it's a front
That's front wing, but that's not going to count too much for him.
Well, too much. No, that's a front wing, and we'll see where it's been lost. I'm going to guess turn 6.
Probably. Or maybe turn 2.
Turn 2.
Turn 2.
Yeah, quite possibly turn 2.
Curb.
No.
It's turn 2. At the back of his teammate.
It's his teammate, and that was never on. Eugen was already turning into the corner. That's full. I'd put the blame fully on Jean-Luc Blanc there.
Coming into the pits this lap, then we're gonna have
perfect timing as well. He's just
Aarons
before he passes Carter Cayen. Aarons is pitting. De Jong is already into the pit lane.
I'll tell you what, Carrigal hasn't caught up that much.
Now, in recent races, the overcut has been the way to go. Probably because when you pit, because the tyres last an age, and when you pit, you put on a new fuel load, which means you have more fuel than those who've already used up most of their load, who stay out. And if that's the case, that means Marco Carrigal is going to be in no man's land when he rejoins the circuit. It really depends how much the tyre life lasts, as Marcus Sittergrim is now caught up to Sakai Simon, who's been going a bit leisurely in the last few laps. Is he going to go for it to turn 8? No, he sits behind. And where's his teammate in all this?
In theory, Littlegrim, staying behind Simon can allow him to save some fuel, you know.
Yep, Simon's going a bit defensive though. So Littlegrim in the past has had a habit of staying behind drivers when others would go for overtakes.
Why is Simon going defensive there?
He's going very defensive. He's just compromising himself here.
Look, there's no need for that.
He's heading for the pits.
Let's
give it. Littlegrim goes up the inside at turn 15. Simon pits, almost wipes out the other Red Bullers. Both Red Bulls stay out. Are they going to do a Hungary masterstroke again? We'll have to wait and see.
Littlegrim is pitting and Smith is pitting.
As is Smith.
They're both pitting this lap.
Look at all the retirements we have.
Yeah, we've got quite a few.
Aaron's is in as well. And now, this is interesting. Where's Carrigal? I don't think he's going to clear there. Why is Simon in the floor? Never mind, it's the floor.
He's not in the floor, it's just the fact that we have a little thing in front. That's Weber into the pits. Where is Carrigal? He's nowhere. If Carrigal, you'd expect him to be around this part of the track by now.
He's in the final corner.
Is that
That's
him
not even
there?
him, that's
No, it's Material. There he is. There's Carrigal overlapping Tegan Skinner. He's miles behind. He is comfortably behind his teammate. I didn't think the other car would work, and it hasn't. There's his teammate, Einar Aarons.
Just overtaking Material over
Oh!
the corner.
Massively overshoots the corner, though, and there goes the Lotus back through. I don't know, but Material can't have pit yet. There's no way.
He's pitting
But yeah,
now.
both Mercedes have lost out big time.
Yeah, I mean...
This phase of pit stops. Is this going to be the first race where Mercedes do not win?
They were thinking... They did know that they are going to struggle this race, but I don't think they're going to struggle this much.
I mean, which cars had failures? It was Mercedes had a double failure.
McLaren had one failure.
Aston had an engine failure, and McLaren had a failure. As Aarons is trying to overtake Material around the side, that's not... Is that... He's done it. He's done it. Material parking the bus on the inside, not expecting Aarons to go past, and then goes Carrigal.
Carrigal, second time he's
around
going
the
to move
outside.
there.
And
Second
both
time's
Mercedes back
gonna
in the
move
top
there.
one. Smith has taken... Oh, I thought Smith had overtaken his teammate for a
Look how many cars are in the pits.
because he was moving and his teammate wasn't.
Oh no.
Oh dear, here comes the Williams of Kai Eugen. And
dear God.
Venturia, Force
He
India.
actually jumps his teammate though.
He's jumped his
Mid
teammate.
jump.
He's had a slow pit stop, had to wait for the
No,
Force
no,
India.
Littlegrim was held up.
Yeah, he was held up, exactly. Let's go have to wait for the Force India.
And
They're
Simon
still
and
come up
Littlegrim.
1-2. They're 1-2 in this race. And Quack Simon has dropped down to third, having been second when he pitted, is now down to third and has a bigger gap to the leader as well. So Smith is the big winner in all of that. The Mercedes guys aren't too far behind. That's Weber, Weber's up to 7th. He's jumped the Ferrari of De Jong. He's jumped the Toro Rosso. He's jumped both Lotuses. Fantastic pit face from him.
I mean, De Jong will probably still have to pit.
So by the looks of it today, Stefan de Dong is going to have that name. Anyway, Murray.
Every time you cut to Murray, I'm like, oh, is that a failure?
I'm going to praise Murray's AI for trying for
He's not giving up.
25 laps to try and glitch the system.
You know what I think? He's like, he's got he's treating his car as a deck chair. He's got like popcorn and shit, and he's just vibing there. Like, yeah, let's see what's happening there.
We do be vibing over here, yeah. I'll tell you what would absolutely make it if he was a temp. Do be vibing in the temp car.
He do be vibing on the drag strip though.
As Quagside Mid goes past Mihail Valyak in 3rd place, already falling off Littlegram a little bit. Littlegram's got
barring any failures for Red Bull, they're gonna get a lot of points back on Mercedes.
Yeah, they haven't had the best. Okay, the start of the season, I think it's a little bit depreciated.
Aragon is slowing down massively. What's happening?
Bahrain, I think Red Bull was actually top constructor, and then
Carrigal's been overtaken by Reba. I think Carrigal is out.
Carrigal.
Oh dear, that's.
Oh, he's lost his front. Oh no! Oh, he's got into Murray. He's got into Joseph Murray. Has he got going again? Oh, he's got very far. No, he hasn't.
Wait, how did he get out?
Stuck.
How did he get out? How did he get out?
Oh.
Okay,
Well.
what happened? Oh,
What's even happening? Oh, he's hit the back of Dinesh Karthikeyan.
He just stuck a lap.
dang it.
And that's not where he loses his front wing. He loses his front wing here.
Are you blind, mate? Carrigal.
He's still going. He's miraculously still going in this race.
He's still going, but he's now definitely out of the point.
What an eventful race for Marco Carrigal. He flips at turn 8 and loses his front wing, and now he's lost it again, having glitched through the floor. It's incredible,
So
man.
now Red Bull are basically...
I have 4 words. How is this man?
Can we not
See,
make
there's
you laugh again, please?
Oh yeah, let's not do that again.
Weber's up to 5th, bear in mind.
Weber's in 5th place. He's actually, you can see him in the background there, he's actually in 5th place.
Aaron's pitting.
Aaron's what?
Aaron's stuck in 4th gear.
He's stuck in 4th gear, he's got a mechanical failure.
I don't believe it.
It's all falling apart for Mercedes here at the Hockenheim rig in their home race. Adrian Aaron's is stuck in 4th gear.
And Carrigal is out of the points. Yeah, Red Bull's gonna take the jump to lead it.
He doesn't look like he's stuck in 4th gear. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, look at the GUI there.
He's stuck in 4th gear and he's pitting. Yeah, he's stuck.
Is that a retirement or?
Yeah.
This might well be a retirement. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That's a huge accident. What is that? See, I think.
Who was that?
It's Devon Johnson. That is an enormous accident.
It's a double
at the last corner. So both HRCs are out. How about this for an accident? What on earth has happened here? Oh my goodness! That's a huge crash. We hate to laugh, but you don't. We hate to laugh, but when you're looking in real life at a car pitting and you see a car flying through the air upside down.
Oh, the 2 Williams are close again.
And remember, this is all simulation. No dying or anything. Don't worry about that.
Nah, the race is all behind us.
Let's go for the lead. Let's go for the lead of this teammate.
You
guys, I'm going to ask for a pay cut in our cameraman for not spotting that.
Weber is up to 4th.
Weber's now in 4th place.
Smith
One
doing?
more retirement.
Too defensive there.
India is on the podium.
Come on, Red Bull, start.
No, as a Red Bull of Smith holds the lead.
I mean, they're approaching some back marker boys right here. This
Oh
is
dear.
Nothing is confirmed yet.
But were they able to fix
We
Aaron's
have
car?
one.
Has he retired?
Yeah, where's Aaron's?
Because
Is
if
it?
I were Aaron's, I would have just pulled off. It saves the end. It saves the gearbox a lot more stress.
De Jong got overtaken by his teammate, as that's a smoking engine of Weber.
That's no. It's
No.
What a drive it was from the Force India, but now he's.
How many retirements do we have already?
With 9 laps to go, Henrik
De
Weber's
Jong is
engine
sitting, as I
has
said.
cried enough.
How many
a
retirements
shame.
do we have this race?
What a shame for Force India. What a drive.
Look
Weber.
at that moment, guys. Look at
That's so exactly. That's so unfortunate for the rookie. And he's not going to have that fairy tale finish. Equal Force India's best ever finish in MMS. which they had twice last season, courtesy of Francesco Pereira.
Was there a Smith lapping Eugen?
Lapping Eugen, get your ass out of the way. Don't do what your teammate. Oh, for goodness sake. It's just common knowledge. If there's a faster car behind you, what's the point in battling them?
Sorry, but Mercedes won't know your
rights,
location.
you know, it's bragging rights.
What bragging rights?
Oh, mate.
I destroyed the rightful leaders' race because I let them pass. That's a very good thing to brag about.
Mercedes wants to know your location.
Having said that, Toro Rosso.
Oh no!
I think his age is in 5th place now.
Oh
It's
my
quite
God,
a
he
good.
actually makes the move.
Littlegrub's actually got past. No, that's remarkable.
Can we have confirmation? Where's Aaron's in all this? Is he actually
I think
out?
Aaron's. Because you can. I don't know if they're able to resync that.
Carragher's in the point.
No, he's out of the race. He's out.
Yeah,
They were not
Look
able
at all
to
of
they
it,
couldn't
yeah.
fix they couldn't fix the gearbox.
That was a little bit of a dumb thing to do. I would have just parked it on the side of the road, to be
Can I
honest.
just point out? I think I saw Carragher like point again.
Yeah, he's
Mind
in
you
He was in the
something.
points. He's in the points, yeah. Because there was such a big gap between 10th place and 11th place and all.
Yeah, because the top car's just below it. No, there, that's Nisbet just going slow.
Nisbet is being a big slow boy. I wouldn't be surprised to see some penalties for some
The race
funny
lead is still getting held
bully
off.
marker action. Well, that's a different car. Oh no, it is the same one actually. Yeah, they're still stuck behind Jean-Luc Blanc. I don't really know what to say about that. Catch it,
Yeah.
Kubasek. Catch it. I said
Nisbet is not giving
fifth.
up.
Kubasek.
Nisbet.
Oh, it's almost at the back of him. Look at the run that the Toro Rosso has now. I don't know what engine Toro Rosso has. I think it's Ferrari.
No, I think it's Honda. No, it's Honda.
Honda. Here we go. Look at the overspeed. This is for 4th place. And through is going to go the Toro Rosso.
Thing is that this
And
isn't Toro
Olivia
Rosso
Sage has
size
moved
finishing
herself
position.
up into 5th place.
Yeah, Toro also got Sage got second last season, didn't he?
Sandvoort.
Like Sandvoort.
Didn't he?
She.
It's Olivia.
And then, of course, that great finish at Magny Core in 5th behind the Force India, Francesca Pereira in 4th.
Oh.
And that's Smith, who's not quite still.
For goodness sake, you.
It's about time. He's overtaken the
He didn't take
Kai
him
Eugene
out.
2 laps later. But yeah, that means Marcus Littlegram leads this race. They're on lap 29. So they
Carragher
have
8. I think
No,
he's
they're
going
on
to
lap
stay there.
30. They have 7 laps to go in this race.
We have
Yeah, what a
16
nightmare it is.
finishers at the moment.
16 runners out of a possible 24 that started the race, as now Kansai Min has caught up to Kai Eugene. Oof, and
I
breathe.
wonder, what are the
Yeah.
championship standings going to look like after this? I mean,
There will be absolute death.
Red Bull will overtake Mercedes, I know
Oh no,
that.
oh, no I think that's Smith.
Oh my goodness, that was Smith going off. I was just taking a sip. I didn't expect anything to happen. That is the Red Bull of Smith going off at turn 6.
What was that about?
Apologies for my muffled reaction. I was still sipping my water. Where's he braking? Oh, he's missed his braking point completely.
Oh,
and he's
yeah,
locked up.
aquaplane. Oh dear.
He is so...
Off
Wow.
lane, nearly
He's
lost his front wing.
No, he's hit
That
the
was
wall there.
lucky.
He's lucky that that front
nudged
wing
it.
hasn't gone off.
Yeah, as you say, he's very, very lucky to stay on that.
And he's still managed to hold on to 2nd place as well. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, but he's not putting them
Considering-
from,
So, as it
circumstances.
stands, Murray's going to drop behind. Actually, never mind.
I think Carragher will still lead
Littlegram
the
will
championship.
overtake Carragher. I think
He will-
Carragher will be second because...
That depends on where Carragher finishes this race, because he is still in the pot. He's still going.
Yeah, Carragher has a 12-point lead ahead of...
He's in 8th. Okay, no. He's finishing 8th. Look at the gap between 8th and 7th.
Yeah.
7th is...
Unless
Skinner's
failures...
Who's
I mean,
Skinner is
she
coming
did
into
have
the
a
pits, okay.
she did have a finger in the start of the race. So,
Oh,
you
Yeah,
know.
actually, a lot of cars did lose their front wing at the start of the race. Who was that?
So, Stefan de Jong as well, I think was, or was it Material?
It was De Jong.
De Jong, Skinner.
Skinner, a lot of retirement
Cool.
cars. Eastwood lost the front wing, but of course...
Carragher has lost his front wing like twice and he's still in the
Skinner's going
race.
slowly, my word, that was very dangerous. You cannot go that slowly entering the pit lane. Other cars just
Don't.
unsighted through there. Because turn 15 is actually a blind corner.
Material
Yeah.
lapping Nisbet.
Actually stays out of the way.
Yeah,
Be a good finish for Material in 6th place. Ahead of
Kubasek.
Kubasek in
Both of
7th.
the Polish drivers really fast and pacing here.
Well, they're
What-
taking
what is
advantage
this
of other
doing
people's
instructors?
mishaps.
Yeah.
Had Carragher and Aaron's not had their mishaps and Murray too, they'd probably just be... that's actually 9th and 10th
More
place.
silent
on raw pace.
Quite a lot.
Smith has caught back up to his teammate, so it looks like it's going to be a showdown between the two Red
Who
Bulls,
has the fastest lap right now?
which is what we had in Magny Core last season.
Kubasek.
Oh my word! No, Smith
Oh,
is getting
yeah.
adventurous here, and I fear a front wing loss.
I mean,
As it stands right now, Red Bulls do overtake Mercedes, and
Yeah,
Littleton
well, this is the
does
top.
overtake.
This is the most amount of points they could get. Pole 1, 2. The thing that would make this a grand slam would be,
If they go the
first of all,
fastest lap.
First of all, leading every lap, which has not happened, and then getting the fastest lap.
Oh
But
my
Smith's
God,
got a great
Smith.
run through turn 1. They're side by side coming into turn 2 on lap 32 and 36, 5 laps to go. And it looks to me as yes, they
Smith's
have
got it.
they have swapped places, and Smith has retaken the lead.
In before
Lost
engine failure for one of the
a
Red
few
Bulls
laps
is not
ago.
close.
Little Grum is still in the slipstream though, onto the straight.
Oh dear.
look
Here
at
we
the
go.
system power.
He's tucked it just behind. He's waiting to surprise his teammate. He's just sitting behind.
Down to turn 6.
No, he's
Of
going to
course.
surprise him. He's off the inside of turn 6. It's late. Smith has done well
Tom's
to hold on
Littleton.
to it and holds the lead for the time being on the preferable line. Is Littleton going to try and fight it or back out of it? He backs out of it, and now as he goes for the inside of turn 8, he goes for the side, and he's alongside through there, and he's got a better run. He's going to sweep around the inside of turn 9, and Marcus Littleton retakes the lead of the German Grand Prix. Where's
Thing
Kai?
is that- due
Simon's
to this
caught up.
battle, Quang Simon only gained 1 second.
It's still enough. If he does that every lap,
Yeah.
he'll catch up.
Oh yeah, it's now down to 1.7, as Smith has dropped
Indeed.
off pace. I mean, still,
Indeed, it has dropped down to
we
that.
call it Smith Adventures, but I think the most adventurous driver here is Jack Agnes today. Going on some
Yeah.
hills in it.
Or Joseph Murray. I mean, look at this
Joseph
guy.
Murray is just chilling there. He'd be
32 laps
vibing.
now. He's been trying to do that.
Here we go, 4 laps still.
Give
in
this
the
guy a medal. He's not
This
giving
team's
up.
bolted.
He's
Smith is being caught here by Kang Simon. Maybe it won't be a Red Bull 1-2. We'll have to wait and see. Well, I mean, if one of these guys is the front wing, they could probably still pit and still come out in third place.
So yeah, Red Bull at the moment has an
Oh, and
open goal to
Zaych is being
score.
overtaken.
because
Zaych's 4th place has gone down the drain. It's
Sparks at the
it's
back
down
of
to
some kind
6th.
front.
It's down to 6th.
That was Material's downfall.
Material and Kubasek, the 2 poles overtaking Olivia Zaych. And if you take that out of context, it's very embarrassing to be overtaken by a pole.
Oh dear.
Now Simon tried to send it on Smith, didn't work.
Smith
Smith
is going to hang it.
Swift did exactly what he did on the last lap. Is he going to go defensive again, though? I don't think he will.
He
No, Simon was
doesn't,
too
but
far
keeps the
back.
place just for
And actually
now.
locked up. Simon actually locked up through there and got a bad.
Yeah, lost a lot of
run
time
through turn
because it's nearly 9/10ths, so...
So obviously, Red Bull has an open goal to score right
Oh.
now because both McLaren and Mercedes have had awful races.
They do have an open goal, but you can miss open goals.
Aaron's in Bahrain, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, Jakub Kubasek is trying to overtake matches with I said
Carrigal
Here
is
he
catching up with
goes.
this battle as
That's a
well.
wild
Oh
card.
dear, that's a good
That is a
move.
bold move from Jakub Kubasek, and he takes 5th place, deserved. That's a fantastic overtake. And yeah,
And now-
Carrigal actually. Carrigal, is that it? You can. No, he's actually.
Nah,
past-
it's too far still, but
Ah, he's too far, but look at this.
He's
Stefan
a-
de Jong.
He's a bit far.
De Jong,
Stefan de
and-
Jong is overtaking
Yeah, that's De Jong.
Tegan Skinner. That's not for position. Kai Eugen current final.
unless
playing
Simon
position.
de Jong has a failure.
I actually think Carrigal's going to catch up to the man in 7th on the final.
I don't
It's-
think
it's
so.
not that unrealistic when you think of it.
We'll see. The Mercedes is mighty quick, so we'll see. But yeah,
Exactly.
Kang
I
Simon
think
is
before
right
loses
on
from wing
there.
again because he's been
Ever
a
since
monster.
almost overtaking the Red Bull of Smith has now dropped off massively. And it's round a million between the 2 Red Bulls.
Yeah.
Who's going to
I mean,
prevail?
they still have like what? This is last
Smith's closing it
2
down.
laps to
He's
go
going,
off
he's
the
going
days.
for the turn 11. He's going up the inside.
Nah, it's not gonna
Can't
work.
quite do what his teammate did.
2 laps to go off the days.
What about Zaxkova? Zaxkova
No.
sits
Nah.
behind. Zaxkova around the outside is actually not too bad. It just depends how aggressive you are on the throttle. What about turn 15?
Off
Yes.
Smith.
Go
Turn
for
15,
it.
he's going for it. He's a bit too slow. He's bogged
Oh,
down on
Littleton.
the inside.
Littleton
This
stops
scrum-
on the curb, blocking his
He's
teammate.
demonstrating some very good defensive driving here. We've got 2 laps to go. 2 more laps for Smith.
He's gonna send it.
He's doing it at turn 1 again. No. Instagram's learned his lesson. He's got a better run. What about turn 2? Is there going to be a lunge from the Luxembourgish driver? No, he's sitting behind. Not quite able to get past the Swede. And now
Rides the curb. That's
both
very
riding the curves.
dangerous.
This is dangerous. I'd stay away from that curve if I was you. That's
Boys,
what,
crowd.
5 now? 6?
You've had 6.
There you go.
You've had a lot of those.
Yeah, so
7.
Smith now in the slipstream with Little Rome coming into the head, but he goes for the move.
Down
He's
inside.
alongside.
Work.
It's,
Yep, pushes him off the
it's good.
circuit. Out-traction
and he's
him. There
ahead.
we go.
He gets great traction. Instagram bogged down. Maybe he did miss a gear or something there. He's dropped back. And now through turn 7, Smith leads the race. What about turn 8?
No,
This
too
was
far
too
back.
far back. So with just over a lap and a half to go, Smith has taken the lead. The German
Carragher
Grand
gonna
Prix.
get 17 now. Look on the minimap.
Let's see where Carragher is.
Oh yeah, he is catching up.
I told you he'd catch him on the final lap. He's catching Matthias Materials
He could still overtake on the final lap.
Lotus.
Look at the delta dropping on the straight line speed.
I mean, it's Mercedes engine against whatever engine Lotus
Was the
has.
Material just in 5th place?
Renault. Oh, Renault.
Renault car.
Obviously. Yeah.
As here we go, the leaders have started the final lap of the race.
Yeah, Smith has started his final lap. Littergrim has started his final lap. Kangsai Min has started his final lap of what has been a German Grand Prix with a lot of interesting racing, I have to say.
Look at Carragher. He's very close to Material now.
He's going for it.
I
There's no way
predicted the
he's
last
not
lap. Is he going to go for it turn 11 with Materials pace? You'd bet him getting
And
this
he's
one
made it.
done. He's done
Get
it.
it.
He now has, he's got past before Zach's got.
Oh, obviously, he's lost his front wing twice this race. He's a bit angry and wants to get
He's
some.
up to 7th place and he's flipped, of course. So that might well keep his championship lead intact. We'll have to wait and see.
Depends when Littergrim finishes and all this.
I think it will. But at the front, Smith is still holding a good lead here against his teammate. We got no other main battles going on. And yeah, Smith has pulled clear. It looks like it's going to be a first win since
Engine
goodness
failure.
me. How long ago was it when Smith last won a race?
Oh dear, that was I think in season 3.
It was season 3.
Let me have a look.
I can't remember which
Smith's
race.
last win was Britain last
It was
season.
Silverstone, yeah, which is
Round
almost
5.
a full season ago. He's got 2 more corners to go. He rounds turn 16 for the final time, and James Smith wins a thoroughly entertaining German Grand Prix. He takes Red Bull's first victory of the season, Red Bull's first victory since Suzuka last season. And Marcus Littergrim leads home a Red Bull 1-2. It's the second 1-2 finish of the season for any team following Mercedes at
Simon
Catalonia.
had a good race.
Craig
finishing on the
Simon
podium.
scores McLaren another podium, his first podium of the season. And Damon de Jong, it's a very good result for Ferrari in 4th. He
Fourth,
crosses
fifth.
the line, leading home his teammate Jakob Kusa. Decent result from Ferrari. They bag 22 points, which is the second most of any team. Olivia's age 6th place in the top. Quite a good race. Marco Carragher. This man rolled, flipped, did everything you can imagine, and still came home 7th.
Material and Nathan, Stefan de Jong, despite anything that happened, still manages to...
And guess what, guys? Littergrim and
Nice.
Carragher will be level on points.
Oh, okay. So Smith has done
That's-
Carragher a big favour.
And obviously, on comeback, Carragher would be in
course,
front because he has
we're
that
just-
win.
We're just waiting for Nisbet to
Nisbet
finish, and we're waiting for Joseph Murray to cross the line, which will never happen.
Which will never happen.
He's still stuck at the last corner.
Alright, so here's your race winner coming into the pits, James Smith. Absolutely smashed it today. So, driver of the day, boys.
I don't even know.
I would say
Maybe
Henrik Weber, go on.
until
If
he
it
was on
wasn't
a
for
good
the
race
retirement.
before.
Oh.
What a race he was having. That's one of the most cruel retirements. So that's up there with Aaron's on the last lap.
Maybe him, yeah. Or one of the Red Bulls because they were
Also,
having a nice battle.
Kubusek still gets the fastest lap.
Yeah, that's... Yes.
That's interesting. He'll get 1 point, so he'll score 11 points, so Ferrari, 23 points. The total outcome.
Good result for them.
Yeah.
Yep, good result.
So if
Mercedes finally beaten this season.
If it wasn't for Weber's retirement, I would have said he is the driver of the day, but due to him dying, I
But
say
no,
Marco Carragher.
he's still. I think it's unfair. He's still the driver of the day. His finish position isn't best
And,
wait,
finish.
Charles
He's
Leclerc
driving.
Wait, what?
We've missed this. Dinesh
He's
Karthikeyan has had a
classified,
problem.
He's classified, don't worry.
so, championship standings wise, Littergrim and Carragher level on points. Mercedes gets overtaken by Red Bull. Gap is now 9 points. Sorry, 11 points in favour of Red Bull.
Oh, it's spicing up.
And it's only round 4, so there's still a lot to go this season.
Yep. Now, next race is the British Grand Prix.
Oh dear.
British Grand Prix Silverstone, fantastic circuit.
Yeah,
I think everyone
last season it was a
can
very
agree with us on that.
entertaining race.
I mean, James
He's a-
Smith obviously won that race last time, and he's going into that with a higher morale than others.
He's going into it with some high momentum. So, yeah, I would wouldn't bet against him continuing his happy hunting on that particular ground.
Obviously, that win did him good. He had a poor start to the season.
Did he?
Fourth place
Well,
and DNF.
yeah, we only won Bahrain and then it was all the way up to
This season,
Hockenheim.
not this season, not
This
last
season
season.
too, yeah. But anyway, that's been a wet, entertaining German Grand Prix. Join us next week. We will be heading off across the English Channel to Silverstone, one of the most highly anticipated races of the season. Make sure that you do not miss that one. So,
That's it.
that's been it for this week. We hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. Of course, remember to wear your seatbelt, do not catch coronavirus, and play Project Apex. Goodbye.
Yeah, and stay at home. Thanks for the shameless plug. Yeah, see you guys next time for the British Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed this one, and bye bye.